Hello, darling little messies.
Oh God, every single time. Every single goddamn time. I am
I
not
know.
on board with calling y'all messies. I think that sounds disrespectful as fuck, but
Why? I
Katie
think
is
it
an
sounds
assistant.
nice.
I don't know. Just because you put E on something doesn't make everything cute, Katie. Like moisties? What if we call them the moisties? Would that
Moisties?
be
That is disrespectful. Little cunties, get in here.
I kinda like that. But I wouldn't call them
Yeah,
that, but I
you
like that
would.
word.
You're like, oh, just call him slutty. It's fine.
Little
That's a
sluts?
compliment.
Yeah, slutties. I actually like that.
Yeah. We have a very, very fun guest this week. One of my favorite comedians, Little Messies. Welcome to the show, Drew Dunn. Drew, hello.
Hey, what's going on? What's up to all the
Welcome
little
to the pod.
Messies out there? Apparently, you got a bunch of
God.
soccer players as your fans, but that's
Oh boy.
We every episode I've started calling the listeners little messies, and every episode Quinn goes, ugh, I
I
hate
have
that
a
so
visceral
much.
reaction to
yeah.
hearing you say that, and I try to keep my mouth shut because I don't want to be repetitive, but I hate it so much. It's
He
hard for
does.
me to stay quiet.
Which I get from Katie's perspective that like when you get a reaction like that, you got to keep doing it. There's nothing. She has no choice. I mean, she has to
Mm.
do it every episode now. I mean,
Way
Exactly.
to
it's
make
not
it my
good.
fault, Drew.
You're
Way to make it
Yeah,
my
basically
sorry,
fault.
doing
man.
this. You're doing this to yourself at this
I'm
point.
doing this to myself. And the circle of abuse is complete.
There you go.
Exactly.
Whose fault
It's
is
my
it?
bad.
You all along. There you go.
Me all along.
Exactly. If
Wow.
you had just come up with
If
something
I just come up
better.
with that's another thing. There is nothing. I have nothing, so I can't. I'm like the Republicans. I don't have a better plan. I just want to
Yeah.
obstruct yours.
Yeah.
I just don't like yours. I don't have a working plan here.
You just want to revote on what we should call the listeners over and over and over again until it's
I
just
just
what you want.
hey, I know what I don't like. Okay, I'm just saying.
Exactly.
I don't like your agenda.
I was trying to think if I had any messy stories to share with you guys because Drew, it feels like every time we record, I have some sort of chaotic story to tell you guys.
yeah.
Where
Mm-hmm.
like I went to a hair salon and got my hair done, and then the next day I like frantically gave myself a shitty haircut starting at work, like just because I was like, no, I do want short hair. But I've been pretty good lately. I haven't done anything
Medication
wildly
kicking in.
chaotic. Yeah, I don't. I guess, yeah, I think it is. That's
That's great.
crazy how it works when you use it.
Big ups to Big Pharma.
I did I have a friend who is getting married, and I was making like a little gift for her, and I started to teach myself how to do calligraphy this afternoon because I was like, I should do like a calligraphy thing for her. I've never done it before ever. And then I go, take your medicine, bitch, and just
yeah.
buy something. Like,
That's the
what
kind
are
of
you
confidence only the internet can give somebody. Like, I've never seen this, never done it.
doing?
I watched one 30-second video and I'm pretty sure I can do this. So
That's exactly what I did. I was like, ooh, this video is only 6 minutes. How bad can it be to
yeah.
learn?
Then you realize you
Jesus
don't even have
Christ.
good regular handwriting. Like, how
I
am I?
don't. The first thing I googled was, do you have to have good handwriting to do calligraphy?
They're like, it helps.
Yeah, they were like, well,
yeah.
you don't need it, but
Yeah, you do have to be able to control where your hand goes. You kind of
yeah,
have to be good at that part of
exactly.
it.
Which is
And I
why you
was
never
like,
run
oh,
across like doctor/calligrapher.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Well, I was pretty proud of myself. I was like, put it away. Like, had
Get
some little
something off the damn
practice.
registry. God.
I know.
Just give people
Well,
what
this
they
is
ask for, Katie.
Yeah,
yeah.
you're gonna start. It's a slippery slope, you know. It's like what else? You're gonna start like doing wax sealed letters soon too. You're gonna
Exactly.
be writing everything in feathers. You got to be careful. You can't just start doing calligraphy. It's a gateway.
I
That's
did think
true.
of that.
And then out comes the chamber pot, and that just all goes down.
Yeah, you're gonna be putting all your paper in tea and burning the edges so it looks old. Like,
I would. You guys, I've done that.
You've aged paper?
I
yeah,
aged paper when I was little. I was growing up. I was very cool, Quinn.
Oh
So I
God.
did the thing where I was burning the edges of paper. for no reason, just so I could write like whatever on it.
And after all these years, you never learned the meaning of the word cool. Wow.
I know.
It's still a
Yep.
concept you haven't grasped.
I did it for
All
the
right.
aesthetic. It was pre-tits. What are you gonna do? You know?
Pre-tits. Like, I want to make this look like a witch wrote it hundreds of years ago.
Exactly. So yeah, I've been pretty good. I haven't done anything chaotic that I can think of, which is nice for a
That's
change.
great. I mean, I think that's a really good step forward.
Yeah.
For you. I've been trying to get myself on like tasks, like trying to like, get up before noon and do things that are productive.
Actually,
in my
yeah,
life.
this is a good pause point because Drew works full time as a comedian.
Yeah.
And I just have a question, Drew. What time do you wake up in the morning?
I haven't really woken up in the morning in a while.
Oh, it just runs in the family.
There we go.
I've been getting up early the last couple of days, but that's only because I've been getting really fucked up earlier in the day because I've had the last couple of days off. I'm going on tour starting on Thursday, so I'm just kind of relaxing. So yeah, I was like the last couple of nights. It's like, wow, I got up at 8 this morning. It's like, yeah, it's because I passed out at fucking 11 p.m. Fucking better.
Good.
Normally I try and be out of bed by like 11, just so I don't feel like I like having a bit of a day before I'm like, hey, I have like 3 hours before I got to start doing a podcast or shows or something like that. So I do like to get up at some point, but usually I'm going to bed anywhere between like 2, 3, 4, somewhere in there, and I'll wake up between
That's like me.
10 and
I
noon,
feel
something like
seen.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, this question backfired.
I mean, look at him, Katie. He looks like he sleeps until noon.
Yeah. I
mean, he looks like he just woke up.
I'm still waking up. This is my coffee right here.
He's doing it right now.
It's like a male Helena Bonham Carter. Like he just woke up and he's like, "Let's do it." Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. That's me.
Her name is Helena. I thought it was like Helena.
I think you can go either way. It's a data thing.
Okay. Because I saw a tweet that said, what if you're someone who like learns stuff from reading only, like not conversation, what are some words that you mispronounce? And I was like, oh, I have a list. Like I used to think that the name Lee was Lay, like almost like a pony.
Wow. I thought people were called human beings until I was like 18. I got corrected in class in front of that's not a good time to learn. You're like, yeah, us human beings. I think I wrote it on something, and my teacher like called me up and was like, "Who wrote this? Who wrote human beings?"
They're like, "Who's the class clown?" And you're like, "No, I was."
No, that was
a serious point.
Yeah, that was me trying my best. That was.
I am a human being.
Yeah, I'm a human. Well, we all start off as beans, and then you grow into a person. We all know that.
You sprout into a person.
It's like Jack and the Beanstalk.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like everyone's favorite tale of humanity.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is why his mother was mad because he brought home all those children to take care of. So
yeah, exactly.
Who's gonna take care of these kids? Yeah, I get
like a handful of beans.
I had a friend,
and that's why she aborted them out the window.
Refried them, if you will.
I fucking love refried. If we take a pause to talk about my love for oh my god. Now I'm hungry.
My friend thought that her mom told her when she was little, because she was very sensitive, that when deer were like roadkill, she told her that they were sleeping, and so she genuinely thought that.
Oh no.
And then we passed by one, and we were like in our early 20s, and we were all like, "Oh my god, that's so sad!" Like, "Oh, it's sad." And she's like, "Well, he's just taking a nap," and we were like, "Are you being serious right now?" She was like,
yeah, he's just taking a nap with all of his guts out of his body.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like,
it's like,
never
man, deer
it's a comfort thing.
Yeah, they get really comfortable when they take naps on the side of the road. They really let it. Yeah,
you know how you take off your clothes before you go to sleep? They take out their innards. And
yeah,
they
easy.
Go to sleep.
Yeah, no problem. That's how deer be.
That's why you don't lie to your children. I mean, it's fun to lie to your children, but I think at some point you should just have before they leave the house, you should have a checklist of all the shit you need to set them straight on.
Yeah, like
just
you're
in
about to go to
case.
college. Hey,
Yeah.
obviously, Santa's not real, but here's some of the other stuff.
Here's some other
you
shit.
should- Yeah.
Like your hands will not grow hair if you jerk off, and you're like, I already knew that one.
Yeah,
Like, I
your
already
eyes
knew
won't
that.
get stuck if you go cross-eyed. Yeah, you're like, no, my hands are, look at them, they're clean. Yeah.
All right. I have a funny. I don't even know if it's funny. I just have this is instead of a here's a question for you guys, I have a here's a situation that I found, and I want to see what you guys think about it.
Okay.
Because Drew, you have a large family, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm one of 7 kids. Second oldest is 7.
Yeah.
Damn, didn't your parents have a TV?
Yeah. They did. That's the fucked up part. They could have been doing better things, but yeah, here we are. Unreal.
All right.
They even had DVR. You know what I mean? Like it was that. Like half the kids, like they could have.
Ample time. Well, that's why they didn't have to worry about TV.
They had so much shit they could have done instead.
They're like, we'll come back to that.
Yeah. Pause it. Finally.
Let's put a pin in there, and I'll put a peen in you.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
7 kids, Jesus. I have 2 other siblings and I hate them. I can only imagine how.
Well, that's the good thing about having so many is you can choose who you like and who you hate. You don't have to hate them all or like them all. You can really pick sides.
True. I'm sure it's true for your parents too. Okay, we don't like that one. That one's cool.
Well, we always thought that there was no favorite. Then we went to like Christmas this year, and like my youngest brother got like a trip to Disney, and like an iPhone, a new Apple Watch, and I got a gift card next Monday when the paycheck cleared again. I was like, Jesus, you couldn't have even. We got a picture of a gift card that I was getting in a week.
I think at that point you can just look at the rest of the siblings and be like, I think that clears it up, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's like we don't. Yeah, I mean, we don't need anything from them, right? What do we? Yeah. Wonder what I'm going to get you guys next year. Here's a picture of a gift card. You fucking assholes.
Yeah. I framed it. If you need me to do calligraphy on it, I will.
I appreciate that. I'd like a wax sealed calligraphy letter for them. They're not worth it.
I feel like with 7, with 2, I feel like that there's a favorite, but you can keep it a secret because it's just the one other person. So like, I know it's me. But when there's 7 of you, then like the other
the math gets dicey. It's not
exactly.
Yeah. Not everybody took fractions to that level, so it just ends up kind of getting rounded down.
All right. Okay. I come from a big family. This is a person's story. I come from a big family. Our holidays involve extended family like second cousins, etc. My fiance and I are in our mid-20s, and there are a lot of cousins in their 20s and 30s. Last night, we had our big Christmas party. It was fun to see everyone until it was time to exchange presents. My cousin Anna, not her real name, hands out pink envelopes to all the 20s and 30s men who have dated into the family. My fiance received one and quickly put it in his pocket after opening it. I was distracted opening my gifts and didn't ask to look at it. After 20 minutes, my cousin Rachel, again, not a real name, pulls me aside and says Anna is giving out cards with instructions on how to get a discount subscription to her OnlyFans. Rachel's boyfriend got one of the pink cards and showed Rachel because he was weirded out. I'm pissed at this point because I suspect my fiance's card also has an OnlyFans discount, so I asked to talk to him and he denies getting a card from her. I tell him, I saw her hand you one and I watched you put it in your pocket. I go to grab his pocket and he suddenly remembers getting a card but claims he didn't open it. I take it from him and of course it's already open and of course it's about fucking OnlyFans. I go back inside to confront Anna and find her already arguing with a different cousin who is upset because her husband has already tried looking at Anna's page. Anna claims she's just trying to get her business off the ground and no one appreciates all the hard work and skills it takes to be successful in a digital career. She says her gift is not sexual, it's just marketing. Some of the older relatives are starting to take sides too, but they're mostly really confused about what's going on. Anna's mom started crying because of something I said, and my mom tried to get me to apologize, which pissed me off more. At this point, I leave with my brother and his husband because I don't want to spend the night with my fiance at home. And I don't feel like going with my parents when my mom is pressuring me to apologize. Oh, and surprise, surprise, Anna didn't give my brother's husband a card. So make of that what you will about the intent behind her gift. I'm
Okay,
seriously considering. Yeah, go ahead.
so her brother's gay.
Yes.
Okay, keep
So
going.
I'm seriously considering calling off the engagement over this, and I'm pissed at my cousin for ruining both Christmas and my relationship.
Wow. I mean,
Yeah.
Go
let's
ahead,
not be
Drew.
hypocritical when we want to say let's support small businesses. You know, like it's either all or nothing. Do you want to drink at the craft brewery and support the local porn star? Or do you want to shop at the big box stores? You know,
That's true. That's true. What about
what do
Main
you
Street?
want to do? Yeah.
So
I wasn't even
okay,
planning
so
about big box being a double entendre like that either. That really worked.
well,
That really worked out pretty good.
effortlessly.
You need to shop at your local box.
Yeah, shop at the local box
family
store.
box.
To be marketing to your family is pretty wild. I mean, that's like the Cutco sales model. I don't know if you've ever done those like door to door sales,
I used
like
to
knives.
do Cutco. Yeah, it's,
You
I did the
did?
third day of training and
did.
walked out. But yeah, it's that idea. It's like, yeah, go get your friends. It's like there's better ways to market your OnlyFans than handing out coupon codes like it's a fucking car wash that just opened up down the
Okay.
street.
So technically, she didn't market it to family. She marketed it to the penises near family.
Okay,
Technically,
yeah.
That's family.
Technically.
Adjacent.
I mean, if
the
you
party, their family, you could go 1 degree to hand it out to someone in the McDonald's drive-through or something. You know what I mean? Give it to your
I
Uber
mean,
driver. There's
that's
ways
true.
to market yourself without handing it out to somebody who you have to like eat a meal with.
Right. Now, I partially feel that way because I don't feel related to anybody my cousins marry. Like, they are nothing to me. I will
Yeah.
step over them in the street. But I realize that this is a problem. My thing is, I want to sit down with the gays because I know nobody can tell that story as well as those queens can. Because that is a wild ass story. And if you have that kind of story, there are others that have to be just as choice. You don't just start out with a cousin that hands out OnlyFans at Christmas all of a sudden. There's been some shit going on for years.
Yeah.
But I don't get why. First of all, I don't get why somebody would do that openly in front of the entire family without explaining what it is, because no woman, I don't think I've ever gotten a gift that my husband doesn't know what it is. Like, there is no, you don't hide that. So why not just be like, I'm giving you all OnlyFans? Like, just be like Oprah. You get an OnlyFans subscription. You get an OnlyFans subscription. You're all getting my vagina.
Yeah, you got to give it to your grandmothers. You got to give it to aunts, uncles, everybody. You
give
can't.
Your
That's
parents
the weird part. The weird part
the
is
manufacturers.
Yeah.
That's a wild ass story, and I'm going to tell people about it.
Yeah, you can't hand select who you give discount codes to. I mean,
no.
And you don't want to be discriminatory. She should have given it to the brother's husband too, if we're going to do this.
Yeah, even if he's not going to enjoy the content in that way, there's always open for review. You know, you could get some honest feedback on what you're putting forward. You know, we're all looking at, if you want to talk about growing in a creative career online endeavor, however the fuck they worded it, you're not looking for a little constructive criticism, you know? Yeah, exactly.
That's true. I mean, first off, like, I mean, I don't know what she's doing, but I know, like, the first point of, like, the first piece of advice any gay man would give him is like, shut up, you're too loud. That's usually the gay male. Like, quit. Why are you doing all that? I take dick too. You're doing too much. Wild. That's just so wild. I love that. I mean, but I think it's stupid to give a homemade gift like that anyway. Like, who? Like, we don't even know what she looks like. Is she even hot? Like, what is this?
I don't know. I guess so. Yeah, it depends on, is she hot? But also, I actually feel like Rachel, the gift giver, this is like some sort of diabolical plan. Like, she does not like that family. I feel like she was like, I want to watch the world burn.
That is like a burn the bridge move. It's like, that's like a fucking, the place explodes and you walk out with your back to it. Like, hey, here's my OnlyFans discount cuss. See you at fucking Easter. And then music starts playing and
Because, like, if you're going to do that, then that means, like, that girl, like, the one who's boyfriend act like he didn't get it. You have to end that relationship now. Like you can't.
So okay, that's what I was gonna ask. Like the cousin, you're just like, that's my like I don't even want to say slutty because slutty's like positive. This is my like awful cousin. She's
That's
just
toxic.
my
We call it
fucking She's my
toxic.
toxic cousin.
Yeah,
But
she
the
does porn
fiance-
and watches Gary Veter too much. She's just always selling. There's no.
I don't know why.
You
I don't
gotta
know why I
do
thought
one or the
about
other.
Ron. I thought about Ron Popeil. I don't know why I thought about Ron Popeil. I don't know. When I think about selling shamelessly, I just think of set it and forget it. But
Yeah.
God,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is a tough one because that guy, like, I picture if that happened to my wife, I'd immediately turn to my wife like, "Yo, look at this shit. Can you believe this? She gave me this." Because that's what you do in
Exactly.
like a functioning relationship where like,
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
then also if you're smart, this guy's clearly an idiot. Because even if you want to look at it later, you go, "Fucking look at this crazy bitch. She gave me this," but you've already taken a picture of it on your phone, and then you look it up. You know what I mean? Like, you don't hide it. Like,
smart.
oh, nobody saw me put the pink envelope in my pocket. Come on, buddy, grow up.
Exactly.
That's real smart, Drew. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Drew's been married.
Tricky
he
one.
has a very successful marriage. So
Yeah, I've
he
been
has
married
all
for
the
7
secrets.
years. You gotta know how to finesse situations like that. You know,
I
You
too
gotta-
have been married for 7 years,
Yeah.
and I do also know that the key to successful marriage is being sneaky. Yeah, that
Yeah,
is
it's
the key
finesse, not sneaky.
to be
Sneaky's a
Finesse,
negative word. It's
Quin.
about
cunning.
finesse, planning, execution of the plan.
The spin control.
The
Yeah, all
spin.
that. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's about PR. She should know that.
Damn right.
Well, I guess he should know that. But yeah, I feel like I would. You know what's this is the problem with relationships, and I want to say today in today's day, but age or whatever. But it definitely was worse before. I would be like so mad at that, and then I'd be like, "Oh, but we're like already planning the whole wedding."
Yeah, you're like, you picture yourself swiping again. You're like, fuck.
Exactly.
For this, not for this.
Yeah.
Like,
You're like, can you do one more?
Like
thing?
we can get through this.
yeah, we'll figure this out so I don't have to go back there again. Like that's
Exactly.
that's how bad dating is. You're like, I guess I'll go with the guy who's definitely gonna cheat on me in the next 6
with
years.
my cousin.
Definitely has cheated
With
on you.
family members.
And like again, this isn't something that starts at. I think people think that things start at high levels. They don't. There's increments. He's already cheated. He's already wanted
probably
to
already
have sex with
subscribed.
this chick.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's just happy he has a month free now.
yeah,
So
exactly.
like, yeah, this is like, come on now. Like that's. I mean, there's plenty of people that you can ogle. You don't have to ogle and lie about your girlfriend's cousin. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
there's a vast OnlyFans empire.
There's
of
new people
choose
starting probably every hour. I don't know. If
But
you
Yeah.
look at
you
the
know,
numbers,
that's very true.
yeah.
But the problem with men, I want to say straight men, but I know that that's not true. The problem with men,
Men.
period, is that men have a tendency to fantasize and sexually objectify people they actually know.
Yeah,
That's
that's true.
Yeah.
It's not just like women will be like, "Oh, I want Idris Elba to take me on a date and do all it." Like, no, and meanwhile, guys just like that girl to deliver that Amazon
Yeah.
package.
That barista bitch. What color
What
was
if she
her
was
hair?
famous?
Yeah.
Doesn't even remember
For-
it accurately.
Yeah, it's just not even close. Glasses or no glasses? Let's do no glasses.
But she looked good.
Or that bitch with the blonde hair that my wife works with. Like, it's just like it's always
right.
It's
Right.
close. It's close. So he's wanted her for a while.
That's
I
a good
feel
point.
like also just he shows you like what a bad liar too. So I would just be like, you are gonna definitely try to cheat on me, and then you're gonna be so bad at it too.
Yeah, and then to lie to your face while you're being caught is is not. Yeah,
It's wild.
It's just
not
somebody who's
wild
never
thing.
like. I don't know. They've just never been in a real relationship, I guess. So now they're still playing like the dating games while in a relationship that they're about to get married in.
Yeah,
Pretty tough.
that's crazy. And then you know what the shittiest part is? The fact that like she found out because another husband was like, "Ew, this creeped me out," and then
Yeah.
her boyfriend's like, "Oh, did it?
Yeah.
I didn't get one."
Oh, I didn't get one. What's
I
this
don't-
torn
I don't know what
paper
you're talking
hanging
about.
out of my pocket? Nothing, you nosy bitch. So why don't you trust me? It's just fucked up. Actually, no, it's fucked up that you don't trust me. That's what I'm mad about.
Everybody carries an
that's the
envelope
problem
of
here.
jizz.
This envelope, I saw it on the counter, and I wanted to clean up the house a little bit to be a good guest. And I put it in my. I'm just remembering this now. I put it in
I'm
my.
only thinking of you.
You're always asking me to clean more, and
Yeah.
now I do it.
And then the one time I do it, no, this is on you. This is. You're ruining Christmas right now.
Oh my God,
Everybody
that's so
knows.
true.
There's a Christmas jizz envelope, and I'm just doing that.
Yeah.
Not the jizz envelope.
Santa's gonna be pissed, dude.
Wait till he finds out.
No, not a jizz envelope. How do we even get there, Katie? How do we get to jizz envelope? Why? Why do we?
Because I pictured. Okay, honestly.
Well, now I'm picturing it with your calligraphy on it. Oh wait,
Exactly.
what do they call calligraphy when it's ugly? Whatever.
My handwriting.
I thought you were gonna say when it's made out of jizz. I was gonna say calligraphy. I'm pretty sure.
I was picturing him taking the envelope, opening it, looking at it, and then being so turned on by it that somehow the envelope is involved.
Yeah.
That's where my brain went.
Katie has such a low opinion of men. I love it.
Yeah, she's like, he must have fucked the envelope.
He did.
Fucking animal. He just wrapped it around his dick. He couldn't
so
help himself.
gross.
Not even
so
worried
gross.
about paper cuts.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
I remember, that reminds me. I remember telling it, we were like talking, I was doing this improv thing. We were like in this theater, and it was this straight girl who I'm friends with and this straight guy who I'm also friends with. And they made some kind of sexual joke, as you know, like people who are kind of flirty tend to do.
Mhm.
And it was something about squirting, and like she made a comment about squirting or something, and I was like kind of doing something else, and he said something about like jizzing and all this stuff, and I was like, well, that's not like the same thing. Like jizz and like, you know, whatever is not whatever. And they, especially her, like interpreted me saying that I didn't know that women squirt. And so they both like, oh no, like you don't know, but like women, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wow, you two straight people are so excited to tell a gay person something about sex you think I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you have this. I just was like,
You didn't even
wow, I
say
had
that
no
you knew.
idea.
You were just like,
Really? And where
Really?
and where does it come from?
Yeah, I read somewhere that it was actually pee. Is that wrong?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just
so
you know
funny.
what's so funny? What's funny to me about people, which obviously everybody likes whatever they like, so that's fine. But the funny thing about like when hyper masculine men, like hyperly straight men, are super into like women who squirt. What makes women squirt is if they have a tiny prostate, like anatomically they have like a tiny prostate, that's what makes them squirt. So, like, that's like a masculine little. She's got a little masculine bonus button, and you're like, yeah,
bonus button.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
They were
That's
just
what I'm into. I'm a real man. I like fucking.
oh, they're little baby men.
Yeah.
Inside my lady.
That's
straight people. Straight people are adorable. I think they're adorable.
Well, thanks.
Well, no, I mean, like, you know how I feel.
What?
Like, well, I'm pansexual, so I look at it like, you know, I feel like I'm like the rogue of sex. Like, you know, your sexuality is my sexuality. I got more than one, but it's like that's great if you feel like you want to, you know, teach me. I'm here to listen.
Yeah, right. It's funny to feel like, well, maybe you've never heard of this pretty basic idea that a lot of people Google. Like,
or like how straight guys would be like, "Oh, I got like the best head last," and I'm like, "No, you didn't."
yeah.
You got the best job you can get by somebody who doesn't truly love the job. Okay, so I'm sure it was pleasurable for you.
I'm sure they did their best. I'm
sure
sure it's
they
the
did their
best you'll ever have. And
that's good. That's great.
Set your standards. And
Yeah.
See, adorable. Just adorable.
Have you ever had a family member like flirt with someone that you're dating or with?
Not flirt within like the family like that, but I don't have I have like a lot of brothers and one sister, but I don't have any like cousins like that. So I mean, the weirdest thing that's happened in my extended family was one of the toilet baby situations. You know
What?
about
Somebody had a
if
baby on a toilet
someone had a baby without knowing they were pregnant. They were in
and it
denial.
That
came on the
happened?
toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, isn't that
Lord.
fucking wild? So that they weren't flirting. I don't think anybody would want to flirt with them, but they were it's like not a bloodline to my wife's side of the family, but boy, I thank God. Yeah, so it was like one day we just got a call and they were like, "Yeah, there's a new cousin in the family." Like, what happened? They're
Oh
like,
my
well,
God.
let's just call her Stephanie. Let's say Stephanie went to the bathroom to take a shit during dinner and came out with a fucking baby.
Shut
You know, the worst part
up.
is now the kid is like a couple years old, so I gotta look at this kid and not see like the imaginary
The
skid mark on his
toilet.
forehead. You know what I mean? Just like
Yeah.
he's
Does
gonna
the
become like a
5-second rule
fully
apply?
yeah.
Does
Dude, he's gonna become an adult that has to apply for jobs, and that's his origin story. You know what I mean? Like that is fucked
It's
up.
like in those movies where they start with like every Ryan Reynolds movie where they're like in a precarious situation and he's
Yeah.
just like in a toilet and he's like, "That's me.
Yeah.
You're probably wondering how I got here."
Yeah, except it's the start of the entire story. Like, well,
Here I
we're
am.
gonna have to learn a lot about my mom to understand this one.
It had to be all uphill from here. That's.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say that that's it happens. So that's like I don't have anybody like that in my family.
Yeah.
But that's like a wild story to like have to tell. I mean, do you have to tell the kid that? Like, is that something he
No,
needs
I
to
don't.
know?
I'm not gonna tell the fucking kid that, but somebody should
Somebody's
because I want to read that autobiography. Like,
Somebody's
I
gonna get
mean-
drunk.
read my new autobiography. Don't flush.
Always check. If it's
God. Well, people are
Born
born in
swimming.
weird ways.
if it's
fight
brown,
for
flush
life.
it down. If it's your son, pull it out.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of like the same thing. But look at Leighton Meester. She's a pretty well-known actress. She was born in prison.
I don't
Well, that's-
know that
yeah.
story.
Yeah, her
I know
mother
she
was
was
in
born in
prison when she
prison.
was born.
Oh wow.
So people don't have to know that this boy, was like.
Yeah, no, I agree. I like I said, I'm not revealing the secret, but
Yeah.
it is.
Except for
It's
on this
funny because
podcast.
it's like he's a superhero, but nobody's gonna tell him about it. You know, like
That's his origin story.
I'm not
if I
drawing
that
that
is-
comic book, dude. Yeah,
I will say this though. My sister, she joined the military. I don't know why she decided to do that. She didn't have to do it. She wanted to see the world, and then they based her in
Sure.
Mississippi.
Everybody
But
says that. They're like, I want to see the world. I'm like, what part of the world are you trying to see? Like,
yeah. It's
where
like
do
they
you
don't
want
even
me
give
to
you a
go?
window.
No,
They
exactly.
sent her to two places. They sent her to Mississippi and then to Texas. So
Perfect.
I told her
world.
like I remember going to her room like, and I was young. I had to be like maybe like 12 or whatever, and I was like, "Why are you doing this?" I was like, "Just go to college. You can travel in college. Why do you want to go join the military?" And she just was stuck on it. So she ended up going to uh the military, but like she was pregnant when she left, and she
Oh
went through
my
basic
God.
training pregnant and had
Shut
no idea.
up.
Wow,
Oh,
that's
really?
wild. And then the
Mhm.
army's got to pay for everything, so it kind of worked out, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
I
if you
guess
don't
It
have
did work out.
insurance or something, like, yeah, fucking,
Yeah.
I'm
And then she
signing
went
up
to
for
the Air
basic.
Force. So that's like,
Oh, great.
military light. But
Yeah.
but it was like crazy. She was like,
Wow.
after we found out, I was like, "So you did that whole thing?" And she was like, "I thought it seemed really hard."
Oh my God, stop.
Yeah, there's some fucking dumb kid struggling next to her who's been
Yeah.
just skipping gym class. It's like, I'm pregnant, motherfucker.
I mean, if
Growing up
anybody was gonna do it, who other than a black woman would be able to do basic training pregnant? Not
Yeah,
even
no
that. Like,
shit.
And just be
Holy
like, what?
shit.
Fine.
I just thought I was dragging ass.
Yeah. Just thought I was tired. Turns out I was running for 2.
Yeah.
Fucking push-ups, dude. Ugh.
Push up,
Yeah.
shoot guns, the whole thing. I was like, "So you
Dude.
climbed that wall?" I was like, because I don't know any. I've never been that shit. I was like, "So they made
Yeah.
you like climb that wall?" She was like, "Climb the wall. We jumped through those things. We were on our
Oh my God.
crawled through
Wow.
all." She did all that. She was like,
Dude,
"We
that
did
kid's
that for
about to-
days."
That kid's gonna be a fucking athlete, dude.
Yeah.
First month in existence in the planet, you're doing sit-ups and shit. That kid's gonna be jacked coming out.
In the incubator, like, wow, does that baby have abs?
Yeah, why is that baby doing pull-ups? How does he have the He fucking bit his own umbilical cord off. And
He comes out, he just rips it.
yeah, he's just army crawling out.
He's on leave.
Eagle lands outside his window, the hospital.
Yeah, fuck.
He's like American Harry Potter.
Oh, that's insane. Yeah, I had like a dream, like one of those really real feeling dreams the other day that I woke up in basic training. I was like, oh my God. It made me just so grateful that I didn't do that, because like some of my family, my brothers did and stuff, and I was just like, holy fuck, what a nightmare scenario to just wake up and be like, oh, I have no control over my whole life. Fuck.
I know.
I mean, God bless those people that do it, but I didn't get that call in me, you know, like holy shit.
I mean, like, I can't imagine how many comedians would be able to go through basic training. Like,
no,
they can't go through like.
I can't. Well, I have to go through hell, and I can't comment on it. Like, I can't say shit.
Work training.
Yeah, this guy's gonna yell at me, and I'm not gonna fucking have a little snarky remark. Yes, Sergeant. Like, I'm not gonna do that once. Come on, dude. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like, come on. At least once, I'm getting fucking run into the ground.
Can't do that. No. Like, okay, Major Dad. Like, no, I can't.
Yeah.
That would be a nightmare. And my legs touch. There's no running. That just would not.
I'm like the opposite of you, Drew. I don't have a big immediate family like I only have three siblings, 2 sisters and a brother. But my grandmother was one of like 20 kids, and each one of those kids had like at least 5 kids. So I have cousins up the ass, and I have only one of them is gay, a lesbian, and that's it. That's out. So like I don't know if that affects it. There's a lot of liars. Gotta be a lot of liars.
Yeah, I was gonna say
there's a number of
people that are
yeah.
In that era where it wasn't so cool, you have a few uncles that just happen to be single their whole lives. You know, I mean,
confirmed bachelor.
Friends.
Yeah.
No, but like they all, like everybody in my family, like one side of my family, my father's side of the family is very much like people have like 1 or 2 kids.
Yeah.
3 most, and that's it. And then my mother's side of the family were like people are like coming out of high school popping those things out. So it's like my mother's side of the family is very fertile. So like I have a lot of family there. But I've never had any like sexual stuff happen, like where like one of my cousins' people tried to get with me or I tried to get with them. I'm sure you thought that maybe I hit on one of my cousins' people, Katie, because I know you think so little of me.
No, I would not think that. I would think that they would flirt with you, and then you'd be like, all right.
I guess it's a little bit better. But I will say this, I don't think I talked about this before. Me and my sister did sleep with the same guy.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty wild.
You told me this story, but you should tell Drew.
Okay.
Yeah, tell me, that's insane.
Yeah.
Okay, so my sister did not go to college, right? She went to the Air Force, and I think she went to school after that. But she was dating a guy who was in college, and I ended up going to that same college, and we ended up hooking up like online, and I had no idea because like I knew that her and the guy had like dated. I didn't know they had sex. You know, my sister didn't share shit like that with me. But I knew I knew his name.
Yeah.
So when I told her, like after I was there for a while, because she was doing her own thing, she was living in Texas, and then she was like, so and so, we'll call him Eric. She was like, Eric goes to that school, and I was like, oh, like whatever. And I was like, I forgot about him. And she was like, yeah. She was like, he's going. She was like, by now he should be like, you know, out like post grad and everything. Yeah. And I was like, he was post grad. Because like he was staying in like in an off campus apartment and shit. So then like I had came out like after my freshman year. So then I told her, I was like, yeah, I kind of fucked him. And she was like floored. And she was like, that's insane. She was like, no. And I was like, yeah. And she was like, so then I was talking to her about it, and she was like, well, how was it? And we like kind of compared notes. And the thing that we really touched on was afterwards, he made us both pray because he like came from a really religious family. And so like that's when she was like, until you told me that, she was like, I didn't really think, I had a little think that maybe it wasn't true. She was like, but now I know it's true. Like he literally made, like after we were done, he was like, we should pray for what we did. Like literally still sticky on my knees. Get down on my knees. Well, actually, he was already on his knees. I had to get down on my knees.
Yeah.
and prayed. So like that's like me to this day. Me and my sister kind of laugh about that whenever we hear the name. We just like kind of like.
I have a
What do you
question.
say in a prayer like that? Like,
Thank you.
instead of our Father, it's our Daddy.
He was like, it was like
Our
because
daddy who art inside me.
yeah.
Did he lead the prayer? That was my question.
Yes, he led the. I mean, I wasn't gonna lead it. I wasn't raised in the church. I don't know what to do. I'm used to people bringing me a towel. I didn't know what was going to go on. So
hey, like, is this going to get rid of all this stuff? All the we're still going to have to clean up after this, right?
I'm kidding you not. We were literally like there, like holding hands, like.
Did he say it out loud and then you repeat the prayer, or were you both?
Oh no, I wasn't doing that. I did the half eye closed, head down thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't praying for that. I mean,
my parents
would have started laughing. Go ahead.
Yeah, my parents didn't like raise us religious. So like the one time I had like a Mormon friend when I was in elementary school, and I went over to like family dinner with him once, and like I wasn't paying attention. All of a sudden, everyone just went like this to the point, and I was like, "Hey, man, what are you doing?" And I looked around. I was like, "Oh shit!" So I was like, "At least you didn't have a moment like that where you're like, hey man, you're praying for this dick? It's right here." I don't
like, yeah, okay. So weird. I told Katie, like, I'm not religious because like my grandmother, who was raised really religious, she had an affair with her pastor. So after the church turned on her for that, we were like, no religion in the family at all. So I was like tough. Completely so.
And would you say that that's what turned you gay?
Yeah, definitely. That was having a church in my family.
Yeah, it was the lack of
big disadvantage.
Oh, there you go. That's all the proof. That's all the proof anybody on the right needs right there. Case closed. A little more Jesus.
Actually, I wish I had gone to church because like the people I know who were like religious, they did like sleepovers and shit. I could have been got some. Like I would.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I did that. I had a friend who was Methodist, and they used to do this event. And we were all like 13, 14, like that 7th grade area like age. And they did this event that we all went to, and we were supposed to just be starving ourselves to raise money for people who were starving or whatever, but we did it as an overnight. So you just like we're supposed to not eat for 24 hours, and we all just like there were like 4 of us who went to her church group's event because we were like, ooh, a kids like a guy girl sleepover.
Yeah.
And they really like, I was like, we were just like, yeah, we just had like a sleepover, but also I guess we were raising money for people who are starving somewhere and we're hungry.
Yeah.
I was like, we just let us kids just like be in a darkened like church area by ourselves, unsupervised for whatever.
I would have been getting it in.
Yeah, I can't get over the praying right after sex idea. That's just why, like, that has to, like, I'm trying to think where that comes from, because that has to be like one of those pray the gay away camps or something like that.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean? That's not normal level religion where it's like, hey, we just did the nasty anyway. Let's thank God.
Yeah, I feel like if it's gonna be like part of a healthy relationship with religion, it would be like, thank you for this dick.
Yeah, or you got to save that for confession or something. Like, what are you going to tell the priest if you already prayed it away yourself? I mean, that's
like, shouldn't you have prayed before you ate? Like, that's what
right. Yeah, aren't you supposed to? Yeah, you should put your hands on the ass and then eat the ass after you give thanks for it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's weird. He did it like we only had sex a few times, but he did it like every time. And to me, it was weird because I thought he did it because of the gay thing, but apparently he just did it whenever he had premarital sex.
Yeah, I think that's why I'm hung up on it, because he just did it all the time, regardless of. Yeah. You think he would have let go of it at some point, but hey, he'll be laughing at us in heaven, I guess.
I don't know.
I wonder. Don't you wonder what he's doing now?
I have an idea of what he's doing.
I hope he's praying, because that means he just came, and that's I wish the best for the guy.
If I know him, like he was a really like he was like really like athletic, good looking guy. I'm sure he's married. I'm sure he has children now, because by now he's got to be like 40, close to 40.
But do you think he has a secret boyfriend?
I mean, I don't think he would stop liking what we did. Like I don't. That's not
Yeah, that's
something.
what I'm wondering.
That's not something that goes away. Like
Yeah,
what? I mean, I
it's a
mean,
lot of
Drew's
praying.
Drew's straight. Can you see yourself never liking boobs again? Do
No,
you see that in your cards? No,
no, it's kind of in.
it's
Yeah,
in there.
I think if you're doing it to the point where you're doing it multiple times, you're pretty committed mentally. That's unless hey, maybe he went back to the camp and it worked. You know,
Yeah.
Or
maybe it worked after 2 or 3 doses. Who knows?
maybe he had like a big coming out thing, and maybe he's all right, or maybe he
Yeah.
found a woman who's okay with it, and he can have both.
That's true. Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Or
Maybe
I
You
he
mean,
should
just
probably
wants.
stalk him online and
either
find
way,
some
with
money.
this complicated sexual past, I'm sure he's going to run for senator or Congress at some point. Knowing this, he's going to be
He's he's
in
definitely
politics for
gonna
sure.
ask.
I
Yeah, he's
hope.
gonna ask for
I
a bill
hope
to be
it's
banned.
conservative. I
Yeah,
hope
you
it's
can't.
conservative so I can show up in that courtroom.
Yeah, you can't just be secretly gay anymore. You have to also hold a position of power and be worried that you'll get caught at any moment.
Yeah.
That's so weird, dude.
I
Oh
would.
man.
Oh my god, I would wear the most loud, outrageous outfit and call myself as a witness.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
no.
was.
Luckily, I've avoided that in my family. I've never had what do they call that? Eskimo cousins. That situation where you and then I've never had that we've tried to hit on each other's boyfriends and girlfriends or anything like that. So
We had one
yeah,
friend that would do it all the time, and in our like core group of friends, we always were kind of like, oh, the everyone was like, how can you guys stay friends for so long and stay so tight? Because like in high school, those like female friendships kind of grow apart and whatever. And
sure.
we were like, I think a big thing is we're like all into different things, so there's never like a competition of like if someone likes someone, the other three are just like, well, good for you. I'm completely not into that. And then we had like one friend who I was like, I don't even know what her actual taste is because there's no way it's every single person we've dated. Like they're
Yeah,
all
right.
so different. And then all of our boyfriends would be like, your friend got like she like touched my ass or like she would just do weird like she would do stuff where we were like, oh shit, like she's a little we got a little toxic friend here. Like what's
Yeah,
going on?
trying to push
And
the
then
limits. Yeah,
yeah, and we suddenly had all this drama and then we like kind of stopped being friends with her and then the friend group went back to having no drama. I was like, oh, amazing how that worked.
yeah. It's a simple solution, really. But the hard thing is that some people can't like cut ties with that person in their group. They feel too close, or they've been friends
Yeah.
too long, or whatever the excuse is. But yeah, I've had a similar situation where anybody who's been like sketchy or weird over the years, they just kind of have, we just don't hang out with them anymore. You know, they just kind
Yeah.
of edge themselves out of being a friend, like because friends don't do that to each other. Like, why would you hang out or like spend time with somebody that is just going to specifically cause you drama or bullshit that you like? Nobody wants to deal with that stuff on a daily
Yeah.
basis. You know?
I feel like that's your sign of being an adult or going to therapy as an adult. And then you're
Yeah,
like, "Oh,
yeah.
I don't have to add strife to my life. I can be around people who support me."
Yeah, I've
That's
been blaming
crazy.
myself this whole time, but it's actually this bitch that's making.
Yeah,
Yeah, damn.
It's I don't know. I guess it's weird because I can say like my close friends group that I got with when I was in New York when I was like really young, like 20, 21. That group was like really weird. We were way too in each other's lives. Like we had way too
Mm,
many opinions, and we mostly all like slept with each other before we were friends. So then that's also a
mm,
weird dynamic. And
yeah,
it's like it was like it was strange because it would be like they were your friend, they were my friends, and like it would be cool. Everything would be like normal, like friendship, and then sometimes they would have like really big opinions that I didn't think they should have, and then sometimes like you don't go to the club and then it's like only two of you there and then it's like damn we might fuck, so it's like all these like weird
yeah,
things
yeah, right.
yeah.
into that.
That's a
So
lot.
it's a lot, like yeah, but I think that's a young queer person's game. I think you learn to like set boundaries with your friends and not fuck your friends and get rid of friends who are toxic and stuff like
Yeah,
that over
Right, right.
years.
Don't fuck
yeah,
your friends is a great T-shirt.
That's a good
yeah.
rule.
That's merch for sure. That's
That's a life lesson,
yeah.
guys.
Like, no
Don't
wonder
fuck
we've been
your friends.
arguing all the time this past couple of weeks. We need to have sex.
Yeah. You would. That would be like your. That would be what
No,
you
I'm telling you, it was. That's the way. That's the way it was.
We're supposed to be hooking up right now.
Yeah. Should we get together and get coffee and hash this out? No, I got a better
Like
idea.
every place I want to go for brunch, you don't want to go. You find something wrong with every bar that I pick. What the fuck is your problem? And then somebody's like, y'all need to just go fuck. It was like that's literally what the friendship was like.
Yeah, maybe straight people should take that dynamic more. You know.
They may
Yeah,
not
you guys are
be-
arguing a lot. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're not arguing at all. Everything's fine. I don't need to fuck each other. Nope.
Oh,
Everything's
God.
great.
That should be
And then
the
afterwards, you're
funny.
just quiet and everybody's getting along.
Everyone's getting
It's so
along.
funny.
Nobody wants to fuck each other, or the ones that do are doing it anyway.
Your merch
Yeah.
is don't fuck your friends unless you need to.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the back is unless you need to.
Yeah.
Or unless they need it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, the better you get it at home than on the street, right?
It's true. It's true.
That's so funny. Well, Drew, why don't you tell the little messies where they can find you?
Well, little messies, I'll find you all dear slippery when wet signs, I guess. But I will. You can find me online, DrewDunnComedy.com, or on any social media at Drew Dunn Comedy. I'm going on tour for the next month or so. So if you're on the West Coast, check me out.
Nice.
And then, yeah, I'll post clips every week and all that stuff. So, yeah, we'll see you on there.
Yeah, and we'll put the link for that in our show notes like we always do.
We'll
If
also
you guys
post
have
on
any-
McCadie's calligraphy.
Please.
You know what? Maybe we will. Now I got to work on like a thanks for listening.
That's what you do. You start your OnlyFans to offer discount codes to people, but you only put calligraphy on there. That's the only thing.
And I don't tell anyone. All the promo pics for the OnlyFans are like really sexy shots, and then they like sign up, and it's
And then
like me writing.
It's just you shakily drawing S's and L's and shit. And
I'm trying to draw calligraphy boobs.
yeah.
And then like, fuck, and then you ball it up and throw it away, start over.
Yeah, it's abstract.
Yeah.
God damn it!
Everyone gives me back the pink envelopes. They're like, we don't want that.
Yeah, no, we checked it out. We're aware.
Yeah, we're good.
We're familiar with your work.
But yeah, if you guys have a messy story, if you want to see my calligraphy, you can mail me a calligraphy letter of your own if you want to. But you can share messy stories with us at Gmail. We've got messyshowpod@gmail.com, or you can find us on all the social media at messyshowpod. And we will see you guys next week. Bye bye.
See ya.